Hola, mocha rajani. This is Buddha Mav, the host of the Maverick Show, courtesy of the dungeon, and you can see we're outside, boy. I got my main man here. We'll intro him because, of course, we bumped into each other last year, December, right? So this is a special one. We're just in preparation for the festival. We're outside. It's summer. It's December. You can see it's whips. It's all beautiful stuff, man. I got my main man here, the founder of Lovemorefestival, ShaQ. How is it, my brother?
I'm doing well, brother. Thanks for having me onto the Maverick Show.
Coolio, coolio. Can you please have it closer to you?
Sorry.
But yeah, sweet, man. So exciting stuff. Love More Festival, but we'll revert back into that. Firstly, I want to ask you a question. What was your first love in terms of cars growing up?
What was my first love in terms
Yeah,
of cars?
into like a specific car that you were
It
like
was a Honda.
Honda Civic,
Honda Ballad.
Honda Ballad. Okay.
As a car guy, most people know that that's the first car that in a Golf and these other entry cars, those are the first cars that you fall in love with. Those are the easy cars that you can do whatever you want to do to them and
Mm.
not cost a bit of money.
Did you get to be with your love of your life?
Yes.
Okay, cool. You've owned it before.
I've owned it. I've owned actually
Three different ones.
three different ones, a white one, a blue one, and a red one.
Talking about abundance, dog. This guy is like love of my life. Let me get three of those. Let me get three of those. But that's fire. Since we're there, I have a game that I want us to play as well.
Okay.
Rapid fire question, just to break the ice, my dog. And this is involving cars as well. So you're gonna pick one car, right? I'm gonna compare two cars, right? So Golf one or BMW 325.
BMW 325.
Hmm. Honda Civic or Toyota Run X.
Honda Civic.
Okay, that was the easy one. RXI or Jetta 4.
RXI.
BMW Panty slash G string or Golf GTI. Golf 5.
Nah, not a GTI. I'll do the panty dropper BMW.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Okay, cool. The blades, you know what we're talking about here, but
I know just a part of me is not really interested in any sort of VW car.
why is that?
I'm not quite sure. I think for myself personally, I like to have something that's different. Not
Mhm.
something that everybody has. Like when you're a car guy and you in the stance game,
Mm.
you want something that is unique to yourself that
Mm.
represents your personality.
Sure.
And I feel like if any form of VW car,
Mm.
somebody has done what you have in mind already.
Mm.
Anywhere in the world, somebody's got that wheel that you want to add to your Golf 7. There must be a Golf 7 out there that has the look that you imagine. So that's
It
somebody
already
else's.
exists. Yeah, I get what you're
You
saying. Yeah.
understand? So hence the car that I've chosen, it's not really a common car, and
Mm.
the wheel that I've added makes it look very specific to me.
Yeah. So what if you get like a Scirocco or like an old school Beetle? Because you don't find a lot of those. Would you get those as VW or you like VW? I'm cool with you.
No, like being a car guy, you come across a lot of those cars. So I've seen
Oh,
a
okay.
few
You've seen a
Beetles,
few, yeah.
and there's a few guys that actually look after their cars quite well when it comes to Beetle. So the competition would be how
Way
can
higher.
way higher for that kind of prestige classic
Yeah.
vehicle. Yeah.
Okay, nah, that's fire. Okay, one more Quantum or Caracar.
Caracar.
Okay, that was an easy one. Yeah, I would also go for
Yeah.
Caracar,
And
but
the way the box shape of it makes the sound much better inside the car. Inside the
of a Caracar.
yeah.
Okay, cool. It really depends. If it's a economical reason, I'll get a Quantum because at least I can make money from it. But
Of course.
if it's aesthetics, Caracar. But anyway, man. So let's take it way back, right? How do you get into like cars and you realize that you before you even thought of getting yourself the Honda?
I've always was attracted to the machine aspect of a car.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that it is something that you purchase once and that can last forever as long as you look after it.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been fascinated with, like for me personally, I prefer to have my car in the garage than to have it on the road. When it's there for me to look at, enjoy for myself, as well as start it whenever I want to just by connecting the battery. The simple
Mm,
things and, just wiping it down now and again. compared to having it on the road where you have the risk of somebody bumping it or whatever. And a lot of the cars that I've had, the inside of the car was a basic color, plain black, plain
Mm.
gray, and the exterior was amazing.
Mm.
So I felt like I was making a car nice for everybody else. So I went and got
Mm.
something that is nice on the inside and on the outside. So I can enjoy it on the inside and everybody else around me can enjoy it on the outside. So my love of cars began where I can do something, I can take what I have in my mind and put it in front of my eyes.
Damn, that's actually like that's what you just said. It just applies to different stuff.
Yeah.
Having like, even if it as a house, you like if you can have whatever walkway or whatever outside, fine. But what about your own comfort and cool stuff that you have inside the crib?
And when it comes to cars, there's so much you can do to take it to another level.
Mm-hmm.
A guy will never be done with his car. There's always something you can add, there's always something you can do, and it's limitless. That's the
Mm-hmm.
one thing I enjoy about it.
Or I've realized as well going to the festival last year, I'm like the coins you spend on the money is also limitless as well.
Yeah.
So let's talk about like the most amount of money. Firstly, you would spend on making a car, and the most you've already spent.
Okay, so for me personally, I wouldn't go out of my way to spend money on something that's not necessary for the car.
Sure.
So, like, there comes a time where you're forced to spend a certain amount of money
Mm-hmm.
because you're forced to do something to the car.
Yeah.
Like it's things that you don't see. For example, adding the air suspension.
Mm.
I had to prioritize doing brake discs and pads and lower control arms because those needed attention.
Mm-hmm.
It was no use me prioritizing the air suspension. The car's going up and down, but it's squeaking when I'm braking and it's
Mm.
vibrating when I'm driving at 120. So then again, I'm forced to spend 20 grand on discs, pads, labor, control arms so that I can have the air suspension in.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, so that's like it's just amounts that you forced to spend. But when it comes to spending money, like the air is needed.
Mm-hmm.
I had coilovers before, and it was just a mission getting the car up and down to the way I wanted at shows and everywhere else. This is the convenience, so I'd pay for this convenience.
Mm.
You know?
So you say you'd rather pay for convenience and what's necessary for the car,
Yes.
no extra shit.
No extra. There's guys that will like really have builds for 10, 20 years. Okay, over exaggerating. Let's say 15 years. I know
Mm.
guys that have builds for 15 years. You get to a point where you look for the next thing to do. And then you start adding wings, like a wing at the back and front scoops. And you start cutting the bumper in half and welding another bumper to give it a different look. You start doing all those extra bit of things that adds to the car only because it's time. Because you've seen the car in the state that you've started with for way too long.
Yeah, but there's certain cars where I've seen I'm like, okay, my nigga, it's like even with the look, with the way it dress, sometimes you can ever over accessorize, even though it's like nice, but it's like my brother, you're wearing a cap and a chain and shades and a
You've got
ring. There's a lot going on, so we can't really see this thing. I get what you're saying. I've seen cars with like wings and like I'm like the different bumper. I'm like,
it
my
gets
brother,
crazy
it
in the
gets
world. And this is the thing about stance. You
yeah,
can see how limitless it is by just going on the internet and seeing what the
yeah,
guys are doing.
yeah.
Like,
That's fine.
yeah, one of the things that I would love to do is to get a Honda again so that I can get everything out my system. So basically, my first Honda, I had to watch where I welded, where I
Mm,
grinded to do certain things because I was needed to sell it again to get
mm,
something else. So my next step is to get a Honda again where I can get all my passion out on. I
mm,
can cut, I can weld, I can do whatever I want to. For example, my visual idea, and in the future when this is done, which will
mm,
definitely be, we can do another shoot about this,
mm.
but it will be a yellow Honda with a black bonnet, a black boot, and a black roof with a samurai blonde girl on the side jumping with a sword.
That's very specific,
You
yeah.
know,
Uh,
this is how far you can push it
uh,
with the wing at the back where
uh,
I can one night eat my McDonald's on the wing as a
yeah,
table, kind of a vibe,
yeah.
and put the widest wheels. Not many people understand, but this is actually a culture,
Mm.
this whole stance thing. the widest wheels. I've never had dishes on my
Mm.
rims before. They've always been OEM, like next to me.
Yeah.
But this is where I want to put a dish, the widest
Go the
dish,
extra
that
mile. Yeah.
extra mile, and not have to worry about anybody else who's potentially interested in buying the car because I need
Mm.
to get something else. I want to do it, get it out my system, and let it sit in my garage.
So what I'm hearing, you essentially saying that cars are like an external expression of your personality and what you want to put out to the world. The same way you would choose a pair of sneakers and you would do something to it, because that's what I'm essentially getting from you by saying like you want to have like that certain piece of car where it's like runway esque levels, like designer type
Absolutely.
level. So that's
Absolutely.
fine. That's fire, dog. Let's talk about the BM that we have here, and I'm sure they can see it. You've had this baby for how long?
I've had this baby for about 3 years now.
Mm.
But unfortunately, I was in an accident where I wrote the BM off
Mm.
and it stood for a year and a half.
Mm.
So, with that being said, I finally got to getting it to the way it is now
Mm.
and enjoying it. So, I'll say about 3 years
About
and
three
one and a
years, yeah.
half years of enjoying it personally.
Oh, that's fire. So when for that 1.5 year, were there like any critical damage to the car in terms of like engine or whatever? Or
More like airbags,
mm.
lower control arms, and body damage, and a
Mm.
few other accessories. But like I said, sometimes you're forced with spending certain amounts of money because those few accessories come up to about 5 figures. Just
What's
for the
5 fig?
like,
Just say the number.
like the headlights 10
Mm.
grand per side. The
Mm.
kidney grill was 1,100 per side,
Mm.
including VAT. The grid at the bottom was
Mm.
1,000 rand. So you're looking at about a total just for the front.
Mm.
That's excluding the stuff you don't see, like the lower control arms that were bent. So with the lower control arms being bent, you could actually see the wheel shifted a bit more
Mm.
to the back and not equal spaces, both front and back.
Mm.
So you get issues like that where you have to fork out the money for these things.
So, ladies and gentlemen, for you to maintain a car and to make it to Lovemorefestival, have a nice 200K ready. No, I'm playing, man. But let's get to the criteria of the festival. The festival this year is happening when?
It's happening from the 12th
Mm.
until the 14th. So the 12th and 13th, we'll have the Lovemore Land weekend at
Mm.
Victoria Park in Port Elizabeth. And then the 14th will be our winner's shoot. So everybody that's won a prize at Lovemore, they attend a specific shoot just for the winners of the festival on the 14th. But that's for the winners.
That's for the
So for
winners.
spectators, we're doing a camp as well
Mm.
at the park. So you can camp from the 12th until the 13th.
That's
So weekend
fire.
camp.
That's fire. That's fire. So let's talk about like, cause last year when we were doing some B-roll with Q and also just question like interviews outside of that, we were like bumping to guys who were saying, "Dog, we're from like Jeffreys Bay, we're like from Human Stop." I'm like, so you guys travel all the way. So this is like a serious thing. It's not like a Gqeberha thing only. Let's talk
Not
about
at
that. How
all.
do these people hear about the festival? What's the commitment to them for saying, look, I'm gonna spend the whole year working on my car, making sure that it's ready for the festival.
So that's something I can answer on very particularly because we do over time have built Lovemorefestival brand. My partner Monet and I,
Mm.
and other partners, we've built it. This year's our 10 years, and we've
Mm.
built it of word of mouth and giving spectators the opportunity to take a drive down
Mm.
to Port Elizabeth and experience Lovemore. What we've
Mm.
created in Lovemore for me personally is every other car show around South Africa, it's an expose. It's the
Mm.
beautiful cars. They're doing an amazing job. Lovemore, on the other hand, gives you that personal touch where you can come and relax with your car. You don't need to
Mm.
walk around like it's a museum. You can park, relax on the grass, take a drive down the coast if you're from Cape Town, which a lot of guys from Cape Town
Mm.
attend Lovemore. A lot of guys from Joburg, they take the drive, and I run the front
Mm,
entry with registrations, spectator ticket accesses, and
mm,
every year I see the same guy sometimes with a different car,
mm.
and it's like, bro, it's so nice to see that they make they make the effort because they love more. They love what they get.
Mm,
They come, drive with cars on their trailers for about 10 hours, 12 hours max
mm,
to experience Lovemore. Hence, why we've opened up Lovemore Land for this camp, so
mm.
that you don't have to book in accommodation and take into consideration what you're going to do with
Extra
your car
costs. Yeah.
on your trailer.
Mm,
You can come to Lovemore, park your car on your trailer, set up your tent, and enjoy.
that's fire. Anything else we can expect from Thingy? And before we even get to that, what's the criteria for the winners as well? I think we need to get that, so and people that maybe want to enter for like next year, they should start preparing for that as well.
So me personally, I wouldn't really recommend focusing on criteria. I would rather say do you and
Mm,
enjoy the show, and maybe something comes about. Myself personally, when I had all the Hondas,
mm,
I was so focused on winning something in a show. Obviously, for your hard work, you'd like to
mm.
get something tangible to show. But at the end of the day, it's about you. Your
Did,
car is about you,
mm,
your experience. The trophies are just there for that
mm,
extra that stands out in the best fit category or the best engine bay category or
mm,
the best show and shine overall winner
mm,
with everything. It's very difficult for our judges to choose actually because everybody's car is so unique to their own personal touch. But when it comes to specific criteria, I wouldn't focus too much on that unless you know personally that you've bought this offset wheel specifically for a fitment that you're looking to get.
mm,
You cambering a certain degree specifically for a certain fitment.
mm.
And with that being said, you will look to win best fitment. Hence, you will enter for best fitment because you have the understanding that this is
Mm,
what you've done
what you invested in essentially.
invested in. You've put in the time on your engine bay. You've put in the time on your whole build. You know, all of this comes out throughout time. It's not like a one day thing.
That's fire. Did you start love more because of you didn't win competitions? Like, you know what? I'll start my own shit, then I'll make sure that I include people. Or did you with your Hondas get to win competitions or prizes?
Well, I actually wasn't part of the coordinating team of
Mm,
Lovemore just yet. The first 2 years I missed,
mm,
and I'm how can I say, a creative myself.
mm,
And this was in 2015. I saw opportunity and enjoyment in
mm,
Lovemorefestival and what it does for PE as a whole,
mm,
what it does for Eastern Cape as a whole. Lovemore is the only festival, I can be corrected, and I would
mm,
love to be with some other
mm,
festival in Port Elizabeth that brings cars from Cape Town, from Northwest, from
mm.
Gauteng. If you saw walking around Lovemore, every single car has a different number plate on.
Yeah, yeah.
I would
That's what
love to see another event in Port Elizabeth that can do that. And
mm,
Lovemore has really provided that for us. And that's where I saw myself because I'm a traveler and
mm,
I'm always traveling South Africa because of my personal business. But that's where I saw I can enjoy this because this is incorporating cars
mm.
in tourism in some
Yeah,
sense. Because
tourism, yeah.
if you look at what that does to the economy,
Mm.
Love More Weekend, we bringing in big
A
figures
big
via the tourism.
mm,
So in that aspect, that's what made me fall in love with this festival and with working with the team. We all very faith driven,
mm,
which is a big bonus when you're doing things like this. Having to attend EPC meetings so that you can get approval to
mm,
use the municipal ground. There's a whole lot of back work that my team is very focused and good at, and we keep everything in prayer, which is the top echelon of everything that we do. So to answer your question, my team, what Lovemore gives everybody else,
mm.
and the dope cars that it brings all
That
over
it
South
brings as well.
Africa.
Yeah. So let's talk about because you travel quite a lot. And in certain areas of the country, even just around the world, there's always like native cars that are liked in that specific area. You know what I mean? For instance, like Soweto people, they really love 325, even though we also love 325s. And you can find they also like Golf 3 as well, which is not quite a heavy thing here. I
Yeah.
don't see Golf 3s like quite a lot this side. But let's talk about that. Would you say, what cars would you say are like native Gqeberha cars?
A polo,
A Polo.
a VW polo.
Yes, actually.
Only
Yes.
because we deal with a lot of registrations.
Mm,
So to enter into the event, you register your car, your
mm.
specifics, and there's a lot of polos that get submitted.
Yeah,
So
you're
I'd
actually
say in
right. The
Gqeberha,
Gqeberha
Port
Polo.
Elizabeth, polo game is the car here.
The car here.
But 325 everywhere throughout South Africa, that is the main car.
Mm.
And then Golf 7, Joburg, Golf
I
7s.
love Golf 7s, yeah.
Durban is more like Golf 7 as well, but Durbans, they do things on another level. They've got different kind of cars. They're like,
They mess around with
they
high
mess
end
around,
cars.
yeah. They mess around with Tiguan's and Type R's and
And
Porsches
Porsches,
and
yeah, they're on a different
AMGs
level,
and
yeah.
taking a motor from, it's like taking your heart and putting it
And
in me and then putting ShaQ on display, you
yeah,
know?
that's fire. Actually, I saw quite a number of those last year at Lovemore. So don't get it wrong. Like people in Lovemore also go hard. I think I saw like a Grand Cherokee, the new ones. I think I saw like a few Tiguan's. Like I saw like expensive cars and then like dropped low. I'm like, yo, okay,
Yeah.
this is fire. But yeah, so man, what's next for from here? Ticket sales, they're moving quite nicely. How can people get the tickets as well?
They can go online, or they can look in our bio at Lovemore Festival on
Mhm.
Instagram. Check our bio, our ticket link is there. Um, yeah, and yeah,
Look
we
at the
don't have.
sun. Look at the sun only dipping away when because we wanted this because the sun was burning us.
That's why I got my sunglasses out.
Protecting ourselves from the sun, but
Yeah.
you know we had to do this one, man. I'm glad that we started with this rollout of doing some promo work for the festival. Definitely on the day, we'll be there and we'll be interviewing guys. So if you watch this and you're gonna be there, please don't hide from us because we're gonna be carrying the mic and looking for y'all to speak about your beautiful cars and especially people from outside and Gqeberha people as well. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. On the day, my dog, we're there. Actually, the weekend because we're gonna be there the whole weekend.
Yeah, I would love for you guys to interview different car owners because
Mm,
you've got this inside of you that you want to share.
mm.
And if there's somebody with a mic that says, "Look, why did you do this to your car?" I'm sure that creates excitement for the owner himself or herself.
You Q, I forgot their names. There was these bros with the BMs. They just had like BMs. I think one of the BMs actually won. It was a red BM. They also had like a panty, a white panty as well. Fucking hell. I think they were from George. That guy was from George. Those guys were like brutal with it. Like we loved those because we had a sit down with those guys. Immaculate.
Immaculate.
Yeah. Also, the guy that stood out was the Skiroko guy, a white Skiroko, and also that one was like biased because it's one of like my personal favorites. Seeing AKA driving those like early high school years, it was a personal favorite of mine.
Yeah, especially
Uh,
when you see one driving past, like you at high school waiting for your taxi or your
mm.
mom or dad to pick you up, and you see one drive past, and everybody's like, yo.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Don't forget that turquoise
Caddy.
caddy.
There was a turquoise caddy as well there. We would
Winner. Who was
fuck.
the
What's
winner?
that guy's name again?
No, but there was that turquoise caddy.
We'll show you a picture.
So
After,
yeah, when you ask,
we'll also put up a picture here as well for the people during post production, so you guys can see it. Yeah,
yeah, I've like I said, 10 years of
dealing with these
you
cars.
you yeah, I've
That's
given
it too
trophies
much.
to so many guys from all over South Africa.
Mm. So nah, that's fire, bro. Beautiful car, by the way, man.
Thank
this
you,
is,
brother.
This is proper.
I'm
'Cause-
sure it looks like me in some sense,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. You with the shades on.
The tinted windows.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yeah, Shaq, we shall have a small sit down for the people there as well. But yeah, shout outs. Welcome to the people from Love More Festival. Have subscribed to our page and to some of the Maverick Show people. At least now you got a bit of background about cars and what we doing this December as well. So it's a good thing to do, especially around the 12th and the 14th of December. Join us for the festival.
Love more stance, baby.
My dog.
Thanks
Thank
so
you
much.
very much.
Thanks, brother.
Shouts, man. This was Chris. This was Chris. It's a wrap. It is TMS Love More Festival. A beautiful one. We'll see you. Boom, 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 boom.